I believe there's an age-old adage that you can catch more flies with honey than with vinegar.
Okay.
Point is, my doctrine would have us working with fringers such as yourselves towards the betterment of the Empire and the utter ruination of those who are our enemies, instead of stamping you out, ruining you, murdering you, and otherwise making you martyrs for some cause.
So what are you looking for from us?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at the moment. I currently have my hands busy managing the Theta sector, and also co-administrating the archaeological dig on that planet. There are some interesting things afoot going on there, but that is a story for another time. And I also wanted to personally thank you. The return of that slave thing. I forget the actual name of it. Slave drive?
Slave thing.
What the heck is it called? Slave
Circuit.
Slave circuit. The return of the slave circuit and the technology behind it might just be the thing we need to actually crush the rebellion once and for all.
Whatever we can do to help. Not completely sounding sincere on that one.
If you noticed it, he doesn't show it. But anyways, enough of business. Enjoy, eat. Oh, it's open bar, by the way, Lissa.
Yeah.
So it became a liquid dinner.
Hey. Food's okay, We'll stay.
Anyways, unless you have poignant questions you wish to ask of any of the senators or Ralzeric,
I do have a question, but it's not one that would be wise to ask.
Okay.
So give her time and enough liquor, and she'll ask it.
Hopefully the senators will be gone by the time she gets enough alcohol on her.
I'm still kind of waiting for the quest prompt to pop up, telling us what exactly we're here for.
But no, I was just wondering when the other shoe might drop here. Like Ralzeric is all like, yeah, the archaeological group managing to get there too. That's unfortunate. You probably didn't have anything to do with that. Anyway, I didn't want you for anything. Just wanted to show you off. Have fun, guys.
Yeah, it's totally not like the guards didn't check us for weapons or anything on the way in.
And that's why Rakcharr is just gonna sit there, slowly chew his food.
He's sitting there eating with one hand, and he's holding his other hand over a tuft of fur on his side.
Anyways, the meal lasts about an hour, and Ralzeric gets a message about 5 minutes after the hour, and says, I must apologize, I must leave now. I must leave at once. They're having the Grand Moff of my sector is asking for an audience with me. And he rushes off to Lord knows where. And one by one, the senators themselves drift off for various reasons until you're only left with one. Senator Paul. I'm going to make that Star Warsy.
Rakcharr was almost about to politely attempt to politely thank for all of the food, and then suddenly they all leave. And he's like, huh. Oh.
Okay, this guy, his name is Senator Paul. Senator Paul. He arches his hands in front of his face and then looks at you with a pensive look and says, "I have a proposition. Actually, a couple of propositions, depending on how you want to do this. Are you up for a little salvage work? It's not
Isn't
beyond
that basically how this started last time?
It's
too?
not beyond the rim this time, though.
What kind of work are we talking about? Is this for the Imperial Navy or for one of your personal holdings?
This isn't for the Imperial Navy, and this isn't for This is not for a personal holding. Let's just say there's another benefit.
There's a third party.
There's another benefactor that I am working for.
Is it a hut?
No. Although huts will be involved at some point down the line, but you'll have nothing to do with them.
It's always involved.
Can't seem to get away from the huts. Go on.
I can't tell you much more unless I know you're in. And if once you're in, well, we're going to go down together if this gets found out.
Whoa. That escalated quickly.
Rakcharr just like
Can't tell you anything, but if you agree, we're going down together.
like Rakcharr like stops chewing and like places down the utensil.
You what?
So what are we stealing from the huts?
You're not stealing anything from the huts.
Reappropriate?
He's going to lean in and say he's going to
What
do that
are we
little.
salvaging from may or may not be huts?
What you're salvaging is a ship graveyard. The ship there could be of an immense value to any faction.
What kind
Why?
of graveyard might this be?
The ship graveyard.
It's a ship. It's a graveyard. It's a graveyard. It's a graveyard of ships that have jumped errantly or otherwise into the deep core.
So you want us to purposefully jump into a place that's destroyed all these ships?
Jumping to it doesn't destroy the ships. It's
Go on.
the ships all seemingly congregate into this one area, or so the reports go. From what the reports also indicate, that there's some of the ships there are still space worthy and can be jumped out with modest repairs. Other ones are complete wrecks, hulls, but everything has a value when you're fighting for your life.
You wish for us fringers to do salvage work on a ship graveyard in the deep core. Well, in order for us to help you, Senator, we need to know what it is that we are hunting.
And why it's so dangerous that we would be going down together.
Because the benefactor of all these ships will not be the Imperials or the Hutts or some criminal organization.
Then why is it a problem?
Because the ships will be going to the rebellion.
So it's going to a criminal organization.
Rakcharr like tries to pick up the utensils to stop eating again, but now his appetite's ruined.
The one thing you could have said that was worse than hut.
I'm gonna down my remaining drink and then just put that down and stare at him.
And 3 more.
Forgive me, Senator, for my lack of knowledge, but like Rakcharr looks all around in the middle of Coruscant at like this location with all of these Imperial people.
You were taken to the back room that was
Okay.
it was basically separated from the rest of the gala.
Yeah,
that
we were
makes
brought
sense.
here by an Imperial Navy
Like,
officer.
basically, like Rakcharr will like look at like the door. Then like this seems more like a setup to catch individuals who are aiding the rebellion rather than an actual job offer. It comes across as suspicious that the offer is made here, Senator.
Where would you have me make the offer? I'm a senator. I'm a senator for the. I'm a senator of the Empire. My job
Of
is
the
here.
Republic.
He actually almost says that.
I'm sure you have plenty of couriers.
But I wanted Ralzeric to have him introduce. I wanted Ralzeric to introduce you to me. Well, to his friends. That way, when I contact you later, it does not seem as awkward or out of place.
Aha.
And more to the point. You don't have to accept the job at all, even though you know everything and can ruin my career. You don't have to accept it.
I think just knowing would ruin us as well.
On to more pertinent details. If we are actually going to accept your job offer, then the less I know, the better. What I want to know is, what am I looking for, and how much will I be paid to find it and retrieve it?
And how much work do you suppose it's going to require to get it space-worthy again?
It depends. The ship graveyard. From what the reports suggest, there's many ships in the ship graveyard. You'll be paid for delivery of every ship you do, depending on the condition of the ship.
Oh, actual ships.
Salvage, important salvage, can also be brought back at another price. The rebellion is quite desperate for material, especially with the new slave circuits being deployed to certain theaters.
Sorry about that.
Nope, no, don't, nope.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing to be ashamed of. You were hired to do a job and you completed it. That is honorable.
Rakcharr looks down the line at the other people sitting at the table.
Either way,
How much does it pay?
as I said before, it depends on you'll be paid upon delivery of every ship,
So
and depending on
let's
the quality
say,
of the ship.
let's say an average, fully functional ship.
Dictate what kind of size we're talking about here, because there's things between the sizes of capital ships down to light freighters in this graveyard. A lot of soul.
Well, considering there's 4 of us, I don't see us getting many capital ships out.
This is something you can continue to do over and over. This is not a one-time, into the core and out type deal. But if salvage is not your game, that's fine. I have some actual Imperial work that you can do if you so wish.
This really feels a lot like a setup.
Rakcharr now is just he's just giving a confused look at both Lissa and Laana, shrugs, looks back at the senator, and waits to hear what the senator has to say.
This option doesn't pay nearly as well. I need 4 more people to crew a prison ship as it delivers violent prisoners to a prison planet. That's it. The prison planet lies within my sector of space that I have technically elected from. That's it. That's the job.
Violent prisoners.
I like the sound of that one.
Oh, no, Aaron. No, Aaron. We have to leave our ship in that case, Aaron.
Yeah, that's not something I'd
You
really
want B to be alone with our ship, Aaron?
G will be there.
And
Yes. Remember the Dejeric table incident 2 weeks ago?
Nope.
it's just he didn't need to call us in the middle of a.
Well, do we want to take one of those jobs? Which
Right.
one?
I think I would say that I don't know whether prison planet delivery, that just sounds like a great way. That sounds like more of a setup. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just go
your
over,
cups.
get on this prison transport that you're totally not being arrested on.
Yeah,
And
that
we'll
sounds
take you to a prison planet where we're totally not going to leave you.
That's a great way for the guy who might be secretly working for the rebellion to cover his ass so that we don't spread information about him. All things being said, no matter what we know about him, he's a senator, and we imagine he can pull some fucking cards to get our asses arrested here on the spot if he doesn't like our answer. I'm willing to at least tell him that we're open to looking into the salvage, and we'll look for more information about that if he has anything else that he wishes to send us later, but we've done salvage work before, and I at least don't want to tell him no to everything right now.
And plus, that option, at least, if we jump in somewhere that's hostile, we are in our ship.
Yes, we're not in our ship, heading to a prison planet.
As prisoners.
No, you guys are guards.
For now. That's what they're going to tell us right up until the point that our cards don't open the doors.
Like, if anything else, his second offer seals my desire to want to do the
So I think you've cornered us into doing your salvage job.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, I mean, unless any of you wants to tell this guy to go fuck himself, or unless you really want the prison planet job enough to leave our ship behind it.
Well, let's take count here before we see, like, is Lissa drunk enough to tell him to go fuck himself?
I am drunk enough to say other things, but I'm not going to tell a senator to fuck himself.
I guess we don't have any choice.
You got
Jake
a pretty
really
mouth,
like
Senator.
to tell the senator to go fuck himself, but
Alright, Aaron, you had mentioned that you wanted to do the prison planet one because it sounded fun, but are you willing to...
He only wants that one because it involves personal suffering.
And Jay's put in a restraining bolt. Prison planet done.
Alright. So yeah, then that's what we'll go with. We'll tell Senator Powell that we're open to looking for salvage. We're obviously going to need some more details. And he doesn't have to give them to us now if he'd like to, send them privately later or whatever, because we're going to need to know who to deliver this stuff to, or at least the location. Like what sort of like frequencies that'll be needed, stuff like that.
And the senator says he actually gets a genuine look of relief on his face, and then he hands you he reaches into his dress shirt and pulls out a data pad. Says, "On this is a list of contacts and other information that you might find useful. It also includes the location of how to deliver the ships. It is a dead drop. Basically, you just abandon the ship with the engine just barely running with barely any life support in a, let's just say, in a lane somewhere near Yavin."
Okay. That was actually going to be one of my questions, like where the location would be, but Yavin got it.
It's somewhere near Yavin.
So, on a scale from 9 to 10, how incriminating is this data pad to be holding?
How can you tell?
Well, it seems to outline.
Well, it's just a list of names and locations.
It's a list of names and locations.
That's what I'm asking, whether it's obviously rebellion related or not.
It's not obviously rebellion related. It's got like a star address, like it's got a star address. It's got people to talk to. I mean, someone who got a hold of it could, connect the dots, but it's not like this.
So we're not immediately fucked by accepting this into the group inventory. Okay.
Yeah. Someone picking it up is going this just.
Is this yours?
Yeah, basically.
Nope.
Nope.
Of course now.
Finders keepers, man. Possession is 9/10 of the law. You got it.
It's the droids.
Anyways, list on the information is basically everyone. All the contacts on there are people on Coruscant. There is a renowned astrologist. It's astrology, right? Astrogation. It's a renowned astrogator.
Okay.
It's astrology.
It's a renowned astrogator who is probably the preeminent one in his field. A deep space salvage guy, basically, who is selling his old equipment for deep space salvaging, and it's just got a letter M. Doesn't have any description next to it. Just M.
Okay.
It is a person, and you have an address and a comlink number, or whatever they use in Star Wars to call.
Okay. Got it.
Yep.
So, that done, I think that us individuals should politely excuse ourselves, make sure that Lissa got all of the open bar alcohol that she needs, which she has. She's met the need quota, that's for sure, because it's greater than
not
0.
the
right?
want quota.
Yes, she's met the need quota, and let you know, gently usher her, collect the droid along the way, and get the fuck out of here.
You guys are gonna need to hire your own cab.
Think we can manage that. Yeah, it's
What a
fine.
jerk.
It's fine.
It'll cost you 100 credits.
What?
How far of a walk is it? We have to.
It was a 15-minute ride by airspeeder.
Airspeeder. Oh shit!
And the back
right?
and the background image, do you see that tower in the middle that goes up off the screen? We're at the top of that.
God damn it!
You can get elevators though.
All right, I'll go ahead and deduct 100 ship credits. It's fine.
What a jerk.
Cab fare. All right, so we can get all the way back to Jack's Revenge. Do a quick ship check to make sure that there's no bombs, there's no thermal detonators.
Actually, I will say on our way back, is there anything we can do to check and see if we're being followed?
You can make a perception check. Difficulty 2, purple.
I like it. I like it.
I will do this.
Bam!
Rakcharr doesn't see anyone. Laana doesn't see anyone. She's actually certain that no one, in fact, is following her.
And she also knows the model and make of this cab.
Yep. This is a old as shit cab, and it's a wonder it's still running.
We paid 100 for this?
Yeah.
Dark times. Like, it might have been like
worlds.
50, but then like the driver looked at the Wookiee and was like,
And a droid.
I'm gonna have to flea bomb the cab after he gets out.
God damn it.
Anyways,
Oil stains out.
we'll just use those same perception checks to check the ship for bombs, bugs, and therein
All
nothing is found.
Okay.
I found a threat. It's a small droid.
Hey. Alright then. Rakcharr, after everything is good, will then say, alright, we can speak freely. I was concerned that by accepting a job from someone advertising himself to be assisting the rebellion, that Imperial stormtroopers would then come in and ship us to a prison planet.
Yeah, just kick down the door and all that.
It also still seems really weird that the Moff would set that up for them.
Perhaps the senator pulled a favor of sorts, and the Moff appears to be jockeying for political position. With Tarkin, whoever he is, I think some sort of important Imperial guy, with his death, so this Moth is trying to fill that void, maybe?
I hope that's all it is.
Oh!
At any rate, we're certainly capable of doing salvaging. Do we need to talk to this astrogator? Maybe we can get, like, a great chart?
I'm going to take a wild guess that the astrographer can help us with a course that'll safely get us in there. The salvage crew is where we can pick up some cheap tools to use, and M is short for mysterious.
Maybe, well, obviously, like,
B's gonna roll on in and say, "What kind of salvage you doing?"
You.
deep space salvage, perhaps from fighters to
We're going to
capital-sized vessels.
We're going to kick you out into deep space. And then
Are you
try
guys
to
doing it in a
salvage you.
vacuum? Because otherwise you're gonna need a lot of droids to do that stuff.
That was actually going to be my hope, that we could get in contact with this deep space salvage guy and maybe look into perhaps procuring some droids to help us do this.
He says he's trying to sell his gear. I assume that might include such things.
Yeah, probably also includes a few airtight suits. B is being awfully helpful right now.
What do you want, B?
Nothing.
I don't believe you, B.
There's, of course, the 2 astromech droids we have that are non-functional. We could perhaps get those repaired and have them be of use to us during the salvage.
There's no bomb. It's been quiet.
Mm-hmm. Likely story.
They always say.
So should we Which one do we want to make contact with first?
Well, the astrographer is first on the list. You can politely attempt to ring him, see if we can get the basically help with plotting a course into the ship graveyard. I guess.
So I suppose we could dial over to his comm frequency and see if we can get somebody on the line.
Are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
And then you hear a gravelly voice that says, "What is it? You woke me up."
What time is it?
It's like 9-10 p.m., I think.
I'm on the other side of Coruscant, you fucking asshole.
So is this a bad time?
Depends. What is it?
I'm not entirely sure. We were just contacted by some, I take it they're mutual friends that you might be able to help us get into the deep core.
And why the fuck would you want to get into the deep core? It's nothing but black holes in there.
Because
And
it's
the
full
Empress Titania, whatever the fuck its name is.
because it's full of shiny things.
Shiny? Ryan, what the fuck?
There's a-
ship
there-
It's full of money.
There's a beep, and then the guy's like, the fucking senator.
Like I said, mutual friends.
Listen, I owe the senator a favor for his pulling some strings so I could get this position. I am good at my field, but no one wants. It's if you know how hard it is to get a job at a university here without tenure.
Oh god, it's a sob story.
Anyways, do you have? Also included in the datapad is also relative coordinates for where the ship graveyard is. So basically, this answers the next question is.
Yes, we have.
He's like, okay,
So
I'm gonna need you to bring me those coordinates so I can figure something out.
Bring you, huh?
Yeah, you can't exactly transmit them over this frequency that you're gonna like list the numbers out one by one.
Is that not an option?
Well, who knows who's listening,
It's not
right?
a smart option.
That's why I was being not very obvious about what we were doing.
Listen, just come to the other side of Coruscant.
Okay.
Maybe just listen, just the other side of Coruscant University. I'll tell them you're coming at I'll tell the Coruscant University spaceport to let you in. Otherwise, they usually run people off.
Gives him time to wake up anyway.
Probably take a couple hours to get around there. He's probably going back to sleep.
And,
Like I said, give him time to wake up.
and then he's just basically like, then just come down to the astrogation. Just come down to the School of Astrogation. People will lead you to me. Don't worry about it. And then he just hangs up on you.
We're going to college.
Yeah. Woo!
Not again.
Spring break. Anyway, that's basically what we're looking for. A way to, as safely as possible, fly from Coruscant to the ship graveyard, avoiding all of the black holes in the deep core.
Mm-hmm.
Live a little, man.
I do not want to put that in the hands of Beak. Come to think of it, I'm not sure I want to put it in the hands of this guy either, but...
B has not failed us on a single astrogation check.
He's failed us in innumerable other ways.
Yes.
But in astrogation, which is what he was designed for, he has been sufficient.
you know,
Really had to avoid the compliment.
he has been super sufficient. Okay, then.
Sorts of okay.
We bundle up, head off to Coruscant University Spaceport.
So, we're zooming around the planet.
It's about a 3-hour. It's about a 3-hour ride,
Alright.
and you're at Coruscant University, which looks suspiciously like the rest of Coruscant. Probably because Coruscant's just one gigantic city.
Is it like that Jedi temple picture on Coruscant with like the massive 13 fucking flights of stairs with each one of them, like all the landings and shit? Like,
Yeah, sure. Looks like that.
You gotta have like massive like calves in order to get anywhere here in Coruscant. It's incredible.
How do you think Jedi jump so high?
Obviously got escalators.
Anyways, you're basically waved on in and landed at a landing pad. The security team says that Professor I didn't come up with a name for this asshole. Let's just say Professor Quain expects you, and then they direct you to the School of Astrogation, which is on the 40th floor.
All right.
You're currently on the 7th floor.
Okay.
Elevator time.
Turbolift, go.
Jeffrey's tube.
You step in, and then you're there.
Sweet.
The school of Astrogation looks like it's seen better days, as if there is no one there cleaning up after themselves, with paper and debris just thrown everywhere.
So it's
And
the physics department.
yeah. Anyways, it looks otherwise vacant. Besides the sound of like, no. You need to. I don't want to go straight through here to here because. Basically, there's a sound coming from like the door ahead of you.
All right. We walk towards the door.
The door.
I look at the ceiling.
The door opens. The ceiling is a nondescript.
Fantastic.
And then the guy is still sitting there rambling to himself as he looks over basically a holographic projection of the deep core.
Well,
And there's not much actually there from what you can tell, besides a few known planets from like. There is I think Empress Titania is the one. Yeah, Empress Tete and basically Prakith are the only ones that are known. And those are the only ones that have known how to get in there easily.
Rakcharr is incredibly subtle. He will first correctly select his tokens so that he can do this, and then knock on the open door.
The door flies off the hinges.
Squashing the man beneath.
The man is sufficiently scared and notices your arrival. Oh yes, come in. Are you? Oh, you have to be. You're the one you just knocked
We are
on.
connected with the mutual friend, yes. We have brought the coordinates in the hopes that you can help us chart a course through the dangers of the deep core. We will be gone as soon as you assist us in this task, so that you might continue your very important theories.
Okay.
I don't know what he told you, but you.
Very little, actually. Like, we're not even actually told why to contact you. We just kind of assumed.
The deep core is full of black holes. Many astrogation charts completely leave out the deep core because flying into it could easily see your starship get ripped to pieces while in hyperspace.
We didn't like the alternative.
It could be worse.
Either way. There are a few known tracks that can take you into the deep core, but most of those are heavily patrolled by the Imperials. But if my calculations are correct, there are other paths that we do not know about, and I think I know of one. And looking at your coordinates, I may have just what you need.
He knows about the path we don't know about.
That is some deep philosophical shit.
Listen, I can't be there to actually punch these coordinates in for you, but